All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is finally that time. It is playoff time. Unfortunately, my Pittsburgh Steelers aren't there. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Hold My Nuggets Incorporated for your 2020. I should say 2019 because it's still the 2019 season. So yeah, 2019 NFL WildCard Weekend pre-game analysis show. I am your host, the diligent, vigilant, meticulous, sagacious, conscientious, analytical, methodical individual, the Chiseled Adonis. And who is winning this weekend? Well, you'll be able to find out live on the Hot Mic app. Why? Because I will be broadcasting every single playoff game, even the back-to-backs. Well, hell, it's not even the back-to-backs because they are back-to-back, because Saturday's back-to-back, Sunday's back-to-back, next week's back-to-back, then the following week is back-to-back, and then the Super Bowl is not back-to-back because there's only one game. Stupid! But yes, I will be going live here on YouTube, also on the Hot Mic app. All of those links will be in the description below, and also the top pinned comment after the timestamps guy decides to show up. Well, whichever one of you timestamp guys decide to show up. I can't pin all of you, but I can only pin one of you, and I am not Kurt Angle, and we're not trying to battle for the WWE Championship, Brock Lesnar 2003. And then again, he did lose, but we ain't talking about that right now. What we're talking about is what is transpiring tonight, today, tomorrow afternoon. Well, then again, it's only in the afternoon. What are we talking about? Okay, so here we go. First and foremost, Buffalo Bills traveling to NRG Stadium to take on the Houston Texans. First and foremost, let's look at the injury report, see if anybody significant is missing for both teams. For the Bills, you have Shaq Lawson, hamstring, he's questionable. All right, Ty Nitsky, all right, he is questionable. Andre Roberts, questionable. And Levi Wallace, who we saw catch the interception last week and hobbled off the field, he is also questionable. All right, for the Texans, you have Jaleel Adi, all right, he's questionable. Jordan Atkins, Will Fuller, who they desperately need, and Jonathan Joseph. Oh, and Bradley Roby as well. They are all questionable. But there is an individual who will be returning to the field, that being J.J. Watt. This is big. All right, this is big for the Houston Texans. Why? Because still, in this particular game, I do feel as if I'll favor Buffalo. But having J.J. Watt on the field, not to say that this man's going to go out there and have a virtuoso performance, which I don't believe that he will. However, I think he can aid in galvanizing this team and preferably that defense to step up to the task, because that is the premium location where they truly need to put on a performance. Because offensively, I'm not too concerned about them, but I believe it will be a wash with Buffalo's defense. All right, DeAndre Hopkins going against Tre'Davious White. No disrespect to DeAndre Hopkins, but Tre'Davious White is having an absolute sensational season, and he deserves the respect for what he's done thus far this year. So just because DeAndre Hopkins has been killing defensive backs year in and year out, don't overlook Tre'Davious White. This man is balling. So I expect those two to do battle and do jousting all doggone day. We saw Tre'Davious White, or I should say we saw DeAndre Hopkins get the best of Stephon Gilmore, where he ended the game, I think, with only 3 catches. But all of his catches when he was one-on-one with Stephon Gilmore, they were all significant and were all on scoring drives, all right? I believe one was on a field goal. Another was to set up a touchdown. I believe it was the option touchdown to Deshaun Watson. So this is the matchup to look at. Also, if they do get Will Fuller back, there's no doubt in my mind that Houston should be able to take care of business offensively, because they're able to stretch the field with somebody like a Will Fuller. Now you force, Micah Hyde to have to play extremely deep, and you leave open that middle of the field. So, and also on the ground game, Carlos Hyde and Archduke Ferdinand Johnson better get going. Why did I call him Archduke Ferdinand Johnson? See, this is why when you're a comedian, you can't turn off the jokes. So it just keeps coming, whatever the case is. All right, but I'm very curious to see how this Houston offense moves the football. But Buffalo, they cannot afford to have an offensive performance the same way they did 2 years ago against Jacksonville. They cannot be anemic. All right, now granted, this is Josh Allen leading this team. This isn't Tyrod Taylor. So I'm very curious to see what they'll do, because we know Buffalo can run the football. But my question all year was, can you win if Josh Allen is the man having to pass you to victory? Can you depend on a pass game to get you to victory? Because I'm telling you right now, Houston's going to stack the box. They're going to try to take away Devin Singletary. They're going to try to take away Frank Gore. They're going to try to single out Josh Allen and force this man to have to throw the ball and not allow him to run out of the pocket and scramble. So can Josh Allen step up to the plate? We've seen John Brown have a very good season for the most part, but I'd like to see these other receivers really get going. Cole Beasley, now's not the time to disappear. You have to step up. Knox, you got to stay consistent. Also, Zay Jones, I believe he's back as well from a couple weeks ago, so he's got to make his presence felt as well. These guys have got to step up if Buffalo wants to win, because I know Buffalo's defense will come to play. Houston will not score often. All right? I think this is going to be one of those low-scoring games. You'll be lucky if somebody gets to 20 and gets 3 touchdowns. I think it's a 2-touchdown field goal kind of game. A 17-13, a 17-10, a 12-9. Some situation like that. We might not even see a score. But I'm leaning towards, at first it was going to be Buffalo, man. I really wanted to say Buffalo. But with J.J. Watt returning, I think he's going to be able to, man, it's going to be rocking the NRG, man. It's going to be rocking in on NRG. I think Houston wins this game. God damn, I was feeling Buffalo all week. And now I'm feeling Houston. I'm getting cold feet on Buffalo. And I've been sleeping on them all season too, man. I've been sleeping on them all season. When I finally woke up, damn, this is tough. But yeah, Bills Mafia gonna hate me. I'm rolling with Houston to win this game. I'm sorry. And I was telling people, everybody who's DM me and talking about, yo, who you got for your picks? Who do you think is going to win between Buffalo and Houston? I kept saying I'm rolling with Buffalo to win. And here I am changing my pick at the last second. I'm feeling it in my soul. I may be wrong. But I'm going to lean more towards Houston to win this game. But if Buffalo were to pull it out, I wouldn't be too surprised. All right, Tennessee taking on New England. Injury report. All right, for Tennessee, Adam Humphries is out. All right, Khalif Raymond is out. All right, but questionable. You have Dwayne, good Lord, that is Cruikshank, and also Cody Hollister. That they are questionable for Tennessee. For the Patriots, all right, nobody is listed as out. However, they do have numerous individuals who are questionable. All right, so you got Jawan Bentley, you got Terrence Brooks, Jamie Collins, that's a big one. Julian Edelman with a knee, also a shoulder. Jonathan Jones and Jason McCourty. So you got a couple of people who are banged up. This is the game that I believe you can upset alert, because I believe that Mike Vrabel and the Tennessee Titans can walk into Gillette and leave with the W. I'm not going to bet against Tom Brady in the playoffs, but this is the first time that we've seen the Patriots in the wild card since 2009. And like I constantly kept saying, and like all the pundits kept saying, you've never seen the Patriots go to the Super Bowl from a wild card slot and win. This has never happened. But Tennessee, as of late, although they did have that 2-game losing streak, these guys are balling. Ryan Tannehill has galvanized this team to play much better. All right, he has motivated this team to play much better. And more importantly, Derrick Henry can run the football. Led the league in rushing, I might add. All right, and this man is a downhill runner. But 2 years ago, we saw the Tennessee Titans go into Foxborough and get shellacked, get outcoached, get destroyed. But that was Mike Mularkey, I believe, who was leading that team. I cannot allow myself to watch another Titans-Patriots playoff game where Derrick Henry refuses to run through holes and tries to be a scat bag. That is what we saw 2 years ago. So I would hope he learned from his mistakes and he's a north and south runner and not an east to west runner. Because it was driving me insane, this man trying to outrun people to the edge, which he has the talent to do. But you are built like the juggernaut who is in shape. You are too damn big to be trying to beat people to the outside when a safety is stepping down. Lower that shoulder and make him cry for his mama and daddy on the sideline. So that's what I'd like to see early. That's what I'd like to see often. And Mike Vrabel knows Belichick. All right, he's won 3 Super Bowls with this man. There is no way he's going to allow his Tennessee Titans to go in there and not play their brand of football and go in there and have to adjust and be the reactionary team. Because if that happens, this game is over. Offensively, A.J. Brown is most likely going to be matched up one-on-one with Stephon Gilmore. I know they move Brown around, but Gilmore follows you if he has to. So this man has better get at least 2 catches that can move the chains to first downs. But for the most part, I don't expect to hear this man's name too much, because he's going to be, pretty much over and done, because Stephon Gilmore will be flanking him. Devin Mccourty, you saw that he's a little bit banged up, but I expect this man to play. Jason McCourty will be playing as well. So I would like to see those other Tennessee receivers, whether that's Tajay Sharp, hell, even your tight end, Jonnu Smith. These guys have got to get open. But it all starts with the run game. It all starts with the run game. And the protection has got to be there if Tennessee wants to win. For the Patriots, keep Tom Brady upright. Do not allow the pressure to get to Tom Brady. Because I'm telling you right now, it's been the same blueprint for years. If you can generate a pass rush on Tom Brady with just your front four, game could possibly be over for the Patriots. Literally. If you're able to just drop 7 into coverage, he's going to have a bad time. It's the same blueprint, but it's so doggone hard to do because the Patriots, or I should say Tom Brady, much like Peyton Manning, understands protections, understands what you guys are, coming out of the huddle looking like, and will make adjustments to where it's extremely tough. It becomes an arduous task to get after them. So it's going to be extremely hard. But if Tennessee can generate a pass rush with just their front four, I'm telling you right now, the Patriots will lose this game. They will lose this game. They must establish their run game. Sony Michel, James White, these guys must get going. We know when you see James White on the field, you're probably going to get a swing pass. You're probably going to get a bubble screen. You're probably going to get any form of check down sort of situation, because you're not going to see too many handoffs to James White. When you see Sony Michel on the field, you might as well start stacking that box because they're fixing to run the ball. But occasionally, they'll hit you with that play action fake. But Tennessee cannot allow to get beaten. All right? They cannot allow Julian Edelman to beat them. Okay? You can't let him beat you. If anybody's going to beat you, it can't be the running backs or Julian Edelman. Force the other guys to have to do the legwork. But to close it all out, I think that the Titans can win this game. Special teams is very essential here too, because Matthew Slater has been making plays his entire doggone career. You've seen on special teams this year, New England has played extremely well. So if Tennessee makes any mental errors on special teams, it's going to come back to haunt them. But I'm saying that Tennessee will walk into Foxborough and walk away with a W. Why? I think Derrick Henry's going to be able to run all over that defense. I think Bill Belichick understands the significance that Derrick Henry has to that offense. I think he's going to go and stack the box. I think he's going to do his best to take Derrick Henry away. But I think Henry is one of those running backs who will continue to pound away at you and wear you down and impose his will. Second half, watch out for Derrick Henry. The first half, he may be somewhat shut down. He may end with only like 30 yards. But the second half, this man is going to explode for at least 90. I'm telling you. He's going to weigh down that defense. People don't want to keep having to hit Derrick Henry. And if he shows up with that mentality of I'm going to lower the shoulder every single time, I'm telling you, the Titans will win this game. But I'm saying the Titans will win. I'm rolling with the Titans to win this doggone game, all right? Those are my Saturday picks. Here are my Sunday picks. And also, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not already heard from the beginning of the video, I will be live on the Hot Mic app, also on YouTube, for all 4 WildCard games. Download the Hot Mic app, use the promo code Adonis. It is absolutely free for Android and for iPhone as well. Get it on your phone, sync me to your TV. You don't got to listen to the commentators that they have on your TV. You can listen to me, the diligent, vigilant, meticulous, sagacious, conscientious, analytical, methodical individual, the Chiseled Adonis, your favorite commentator in real time. A lot of people who have tuned into the stream have been ridiculously entertained. We have a little bit of games. We do rankings during the games as well. Very interactive. I speak to you. You speak to me. We got hashtags on Twitter. Hashtag Big-Ass7. Hashtag Big-Ass4. Hashtag Big-Ass1. Whatever somebody scores, we put that on the screen. It's a very fun stream. If you never had an opportunity to tune in, tune in. Also, you get an opportunity to watch the game live with somebody who you enjoy watching the commentary. So why not come through and tune in? Now, for the Sunday games, Minnesota traveling to take on New Orleans. I'm saying right now, New Orleans winning this game, and it might just be Necrofield. I have zero faith that Minnesota will be able to walk away with this game. Why? They're 4-4 on the road. New Orleans have only lost 1 home playoff game ever with Sean Payton and Drew Brees at the helm. When was that? Last year when they got screwed in the NFC Championship. I expect these guys to want to get all of the revenge for the Minneapolis Miracle. I expect Alvin Kamara to run effectively on the ground. I expect Michael Thomas to absolutely abuse, whether it's Xavier Rhodes or whether it's good Lord, I'm forgetting the name of this. Trey Waynes. All right, I think maybe hurt. Trey Waynes may be hurt. Whatever the case may be, All of these guys, I do not expect them to stop this high-powered Saints offense. I think Drew Brees might just have like a Kurt Warner performance in the 2009 WildCard when he played against Green Bay, threw 5 touchdowns, only 3 or 4 incompletions. All right, I expect this game to be absolutely blown out of proportion over by the third quarter sort of situation. All right, for the Vikings, out right now, you have Mackenzie Alexander is out. Cornerback Mike Hughes is out as well. Questionable is Afidi Odiningbo. I think that's how it's pronounced. Every time he's made a play earlier this season, I couldn't even pronounce this man's last name. I ended up calling him something. But yeah, he's out. For the Saints, Eli Apple is gone. Ain't nobody missing Eli Apple. And running back, or I should say fullback, Zach Line. So technically, New Orleans is healthy. They are healthy for the most part. So I expect those guys to go out there and get it done. For the Vikings, Dalvin Cook, I believe he's returning. Alexander Madison should be returning as well. But I don't expect that run game to get going. I think Kirk Cousins is going to be under duress all day long. I think he's going to throw a couple of early interceptions. The Saints is going to mess around and take like a 28-3 lead, 24-0 lead. 30-7 lead. I think the Saints score 30 points in the first half. I'll be quite honest with you. I think they scored 30 points in the first half. Minnesota, if they were playing at home, I'd have more confidence in them. But because they're going on the road, man, I got to go New Orleans. There's nothing else that really has to be said. I have zero confidence in Minnesota for this particular game. Zero whatsoever. If they go out there and they put on a great performance, I'll be the first person, as I always am, I'll be the first person to address it publicly and say, you know what, Minnesota fans, I was wrong. They came to play. But Kirk Cousins, we've seen his track record in prime time. We've seen when he's going head-to-head against these great elite quarterbacks. We've seen him, come up short time and time again. And he's been balling this season. But it's not going to be enough to get Minnesota to victory. I'm rolling with the Saints. Oh, and them Saints are moving on to the divisional playoff round to go showdown with the Green Bay Packers. All right, and last but not least, Seattle Seahawks traveling to take on Philly. And let me tell you something. First and foremost, before we even get into it, let's look at the injury report. Dwayne Brown is out. All right, he is out. Micah Kendricks is out. Malik Turner is out. Jerron Brown, questionable. Mike Iupati is questionable as well. For the Eagles, Nelson Aguilar is out. Zach Ertz, questionable. Lane Johnson, questionable. All right, these are big names on these injury reports. But I'll tell you this much. A lot of people think, well, the NFC least has representatives in the playoffs, and they're hosting a playoff game. And Seattle, which was riding high all doggone season, coming in at 11 and 5 in the wild card. You expect those guys to blow Philly out? Not so fast, man. Not so fast. I think this is going to be a game where you see the quarterbacks absolutely put on a classic. I think this game will be an instant classic. You have a battered Philly team. You have a battered Seattle team. But you got two quarterbacks who never say die. This is going to be a magnificent game. And I am overjoyed that it's the last game of the damn wild card weekend. Because I think this will be the best game of wild card weekend. I'm rolling with Seattle to win. However, I think Philly is going to make this so interesting that people are going to have a cause to pause. They're going to wait a minute. What is going on here? Philly playing at home, having those fans there, and Carson Wentz understanding that nobody believes that he's able to get it done because back-to-back seasons he's ended injured, and he had somebody else, Nick Foles, carry their team to a Super Bowl and also a playoff win that led them to the divisional round. A lot of people are questioning Carson Wentz, and in my opinion, when the lights come on, it's time for big-time players to perform. And in big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games. And Carson Wentz is a big-time player. A bunch of people talk about overrated. A bunch of people talk about he ain't as good as Foles. A bunch of people talk about he ain't the best quarterback in that system. Let me tell you something. He's trying his best to silence all of those critics. And as far as I'm concerned with the job he did thus far this season, the adversities, the up and down, he is battle-tested for this task. Now, Russell Wilson dealing with an abysmal offensive line. Losing your top 2 leading rushers, Rashad Penny on done for the season, torn ACL. Chris Carson, he's hurt with a hip. Now you have Travis Homer, who's leading the rushing for you guys, who's a rookie, and also you got that old man Marshawn Skittles Poppy Lynch in the backfield as well. But they're not playing at home. Now, granted, Seattle at home ain't what it once was. All right, walking into CenturyLink Field ain't what it once was, but they ain't gonna have a home playoff game this season, or I should say this postseason. So they're not gonna have those people who's gonna feed the energy into them, and they're gonna feel off of their electricity as if they're freaking, you know, the Midnight Express in the 80s. I should say the Rock and Roll Express. Midnight Express ain't never really feed off of the other. They were heels, but yeah, the Rock and Roll Express, whatever the case may be. All right, I'm still gonna say Seattle will win because I believe they'll go down the field in the clutch moments. I think it's going to be a good start in the first quarter, quiet second and third quarter, or I should say quiet second, quiet midway through the third, and then the last 22 minutes of this game will be absolutely electrifying. I don't know why I did that, but to emphasize, absolutely electrifying. But I am rolling with the Seattle Seahawks to win this game on the road. Whether it comes down to a field goal off the toe of Jason Myers, whether it comes down to Jake Elliott giving, you know, the Eagles the lead, and then we see Russell Wilson go back down the field and it ends on a Marshawn Lynch run, whatever the case may be, I think this game is going to be absolutely magnificent masterclass performance from both quarterbacks. But I'm rolling with Seattle to win on the road. And those are my picks. Let me just tell you them again. I got Houston taking down Buffalo, and Bills Mafia, I'm sorry. I'm telling you right now, I woke up today and I felt like, you know what, Houston might just be able to pull it off. All right, I felt like Alabama 3, all right? Woke up this morning. That's how I felt. I woke up this morning and I had to go change my pick. So I got Houston winning at home. I got Tennessee traveling to Star Foxborough, taking down the Lolly Lule Low. All right, I got Minnesota getting absolutely blown out as New Orleans absolutely destroys them tomorrow night, or I should say tomorrow afternoon because the game at 1 p.m. And last but not least, Seattle walks into Lincoln Financial Field and tells them to go worry about your finances and your taxes because you will not be advancing in the playoffs as Seattle takes down the Eagles. Those are my picks. What are your picks for today's and tomorrow's games in your 2019 NFL WildCard Weekend or I should say pre-game analysis? Let me know who you guys are selecting. And last but not least, before I get up out of here, remember, tonight, also tomorrow, I am going live on the Hot Mic app, also here on YouTube, all right, for every single playoff game. It's pretty much a watch party. You're not going to see the footage behind me, but you'll hear me as the game goes. It's better if you listen to it on the Hot Mic app because you get it in real time, all right, and I'm synced to your television. In contrast to YouTube, there's a little bit of a delay. But download the app, click those links in the description, click those links in the top pinned comment, and then you can get it on your phone and you can tune in live and watch the games with me and hear what I have to say. Because I can't emphasize enough how many of you guys end up messaging me like, yo, what were your thoughts on this play? What were your thoughts on that? Well, if you're watching the game with me, you'd get it live and in real time. If you're watching the game at home, why not? Tune in and watch it with the diligent, vigilant, meticulous, sagacious, conscientious, analytical, methodical individual. Think, Chiseled Adonis. But I'll see you guys tonight. For those of you guys who are going to tune into the stream, I'm ready for some exciting football, man. I can't wait. And also, we got a college football commentary coming in a couple of hours. Probably going to have it scheduled to post probably about 2 o'clock. So yeah, well, stay tuned for that. And hopefully we enjoy these games, man. I can't wait. Woo! Playoff football. Let's go, baby.